Hello and welcome again to Let's Play Shadows of Om. This is Policy of Madness. Last time we sold a whole bunch of shit. We finished up a little bit here in Athkatla. A couple of little things that were just kind of hanging out there. Currently we have nothing on our quest list except for the main plot and Watcher's Keep. So we're going to do the main plot next.
Nothing to it.
First thing we're going to do is rest. It may not have been apparent from the last video that I was making heavy use of the haste spell in order to move around more quickly, in order to sell shit without spending literally all day at it.
You want. Of course.
It's night, and I don't really want to sleep 3 times, so... Wait, it's not night anymore, is it? I was going to try to... it might be night.
If that's what
Let's
you
try
want.
this.
Credo.
Oh, shit.
You're done.
Huh?
Certainly.
Okay.
Vita mortis care.
Magic has been interrupted.
Oh, fuck. This is irritating me. Alright.
Io vocio te.
That's seriously weird.
Io vocio te.
There we go.
Io vocio. Io vocio.
That's kind of interesting.
I will require healing as soon as possible.
Alright.
I'm waiting. Yes. I think use of attention.
Alright. Now, all my spells are back.
Yes,
Excellent.
whatever you do.
And watch it be daytime. Yeah. Okay.
Is that all? Tell me all.
So now I gotta go rest anyway. That's annoying. Last time, I started to say something about privilege, and I kind of got distracted and didn't complete it. There is a privilege to being able to get around
To it.
and essentially live your life without a car. Which basically requires you to be living in an urban environment. And there's a separate privilege
Whatever you
to being able to live in an area where it's so safe that you don't even have to lock your house. And and that generally takes place only in
just ask.
very rural areas, usually very small towns, or areas near small towns, but not even in a small town. And these two privileges are actually in contradiction with one another. You literally can't have both. Alright, here's Mook.
Incorrect. Just watch yourself. I have a quick eye.
Yeah. She doesn't mention that it's been like months since he said that.
An excellent day for whatever you're after.
I think that you probably have never seen him during the day, because he's a fucking vampire.
Hmm.
Fuck you. Yeah, she makes her choices. Fuck you. Alright. We're gonna try to do him in quickly enough that he doesn't turn into a bat. Alright. So that's one of the interesting things about privilege, is that you can have some privileges, and not all of them. And it's actually kind of impossible to have all privileges,
Yes. What would you like?
because some of them are contradictory to one another. But that's not actually what I want to
Tell
talk
me
about
all
today.
about it.
Today I want to talk about American foreign policy.
Nothing to it.
I got into kind of a little tiff with a dude who said something ridiculous. He said that it was immoral,
I'm waiting.
actually immoral, for the United States to not accept pretty much all
Whatever
immigrants.
you want.
That
Tell me all about it.
telling people, especially from Mexico and Central America, that they can't come to the United States just whenever they feel like it, is actually an immoral thing to do. Now, I'm not actually going to address that, because it's not important.
If you say so.
The fact is that it is impossible for the United States to
Of
accept
course.
all immigrants who want to come to the United States.
If that's what you...
A lot of people will cite things like national security or okay, are people like crawling through these pipes?
Whatever you desire.
What have you to report?
May prove unreasonable.
I can break an arm or a leg for a copper or two.
Okay.
I'm waiting.
A lot of people will cite national security, you know, just anybody could be coming in, therefore literally anybody could be coming in. Other people will say it's more economic, that
Is that all?
you can't have a flood of immigrants, like you can't have a flood of population
Nothing to it.
coming in to the United States, because it would basically ruin the economy. It would ruin the economy just as much in a different fashion
Whatever you want.
as evicting all of the immigrants that are currently here. You know, the conservative estimate for how many immigrants are here
You have been waylaid by enemies and must defend yourself.
Just ask.
without papers is... I wonder if this would work.
All right, you and me. Let's go. Oh.
A conservative estimate puts the number of immigrants who came to the United States illegally at around 12 million, and reducing our population suddenly by 12 million would be a disaster, which is a major reason why the
What would you... Yes.
folks who are against illegal immigration why they say that the first thing that the United States should do is evict all of the illegal immigrants, and why that will never actually occur. That's a completely impractical
Whatever
demand.
you want.
So that will never happen.
If you say so.
I know they're not in here. They're in there. But I want to explore the whole floor first. Huh, wonder who that is.
You said something?
Okay.
Your chattering's starting to wear on me nerves.
Yeah.
All right, you and me. Let's go.
Tell me. Of course.
I wonder if death will take them out. Nope. That's okay.
I trust all is well. Away with you!
If your charisma is higher, he'll have a different reaction. But who cares? You still end up having to kill him.
Away with you!
Shit, when people die in the fucking doorway. There it is. Alright, this is the important thing right here. Keep him out of the crypts. Alright. And we already met Lassel. So we know he's a fucking vampire. Alright. That's the important bit, is that, no.
I'm waiting.
But the important thing about being able to
If that's what you want.
control immigration to the United States is we're going to go downstairs and collect our money.
Whatever you desire.
Has nothing to do with our economy, and has nothing to do with
Is that all?
you know, the possibility of terrorists. 7,000 gold, that's a lot. Entering the United States through porous borders. It goes like this. The United States is the most powerful country in the Americas.
Not do it.
And that's not an accident. The United States
Whatever
has
he is.
been either exercising, or at least attempting to exercise. Is that a cat? Yeah. Hegemonic power in the Americas
Just ask.
since the beginning of the country, more or less.
What would you like?
And that is in itself a national security thing.
Not do
The oh, I don't don't have my staves. I better pick them up.
Whatever you want.
The greatest natural resource of the United States since the beginning of the country is the Atlantic Ocean.
If you said so.
If you ask people, they'll often say things like, oh, it must be oil, or it's the can-do spirit of the people who live here. You know, no, it's actually the Atlantic Ocean.
Of course.
During the early days of the United States, European countries had a very
If that's
strong
what you tell me
interest.
all about it.
A very, a very strong interest in manipulating the internal affairs of the United States.
Whatever you desire.
What have you to report of Jalos and Kahan?
We were busy, and Bodhi was busy, but Aaron Linvale wasn't, apparently. I don't really know that vampires have a strength of 20. Alright. The first presidential election in the United States that really meant anything was the election of 1796, I believe. The first two weren't really campaigns in the sense that we know them today, because the only person who was even considered was George Washington. He didn't so much run. He didn't run for president so much as nobody else was willing to run against him.
Incorrect.
All right, you and me. Let's go.
See how Death takes care of these guys.
All right, you and me. All right, let's go. Let's go. Plant a blade in your inner. Plant a blade in your innards, I will.
I don't think magical swords have innards. The favorite was Thomas Jefferson. While we're waiting for our sword to expire, let's go in here and sell a little bit. I did sell a little bit last time out of my inventory of stuff.
Whatever you want. Day for whatever you're after.
Let's get rid of the rest of it. That's a lot of money. We'll keep that. Okay. She has potions, doesn't she? No. Okay. Seems like I'm not getting much money for these. 161. Alright.
Just ask.
Thomas Jefferson was the favorite, but as you'll recall from your American history classes, if you are an American, John Adams ended up actually winning the election and became the second president of the United States. The reason for this was France. France favored Jefferson. Jefferson was very pro-France, and France reciprocated. And the United States had actually signed a treaty of alliance with France shortly after the conclusion of the Revolutionary War, because France had been more or less instrumental in the defeat of the British in the Revolutionary War.
What would you like?
And Thomas Jefferson was very pro-France. And France decided that it would be a great idea to start meddling in the affairs of the United States, starting with this election. And that was a big mistake, because it turned out that the American people did not like this interference, didn't care for it one bit.
Whatever you
Got really
want.
pissed off. And ended up electing John Adams pretty much out of spite. And other countries have done this too. The United States never did learn the lesson.
Your blood is rather inviting.
Good to see a like-minded to be.
Wait a minute, I have a flesh golem too. I think it's actually impossible to save this guy.
Vita Mortis!
Alright. And actually, now that we have opened the door, we're actually going to go down here, because we never did do this, and I'd like to.
Hmm.
The United States has, historically meddled quite a bit in the affairs of other countries. And And it fucking always backfires, just like it backfired on France when they tried to meddle in the affairs of the United States. And so you'd think that the U.S. would know better, but apparently we don't.
Vita Mortis Cario. I shall prevail. I shall prevail.
Wait a minute. Did that vampire to die to... Yes, it did. Okay. Historically, the United States has been the target of meddling by other countries, the same way that other countries are currently the target of meddling by the United States. And this is true for the...
Tell me all about it, if that's what you want.
I shall prevail. I shall prevail.
This has been true for the countries in the Americas, even more than countries outside the Americas.
Tell me all about it. Is that all?
I shall prevail. I shall prevail.
I'm waiting.
There's a trap here. Right here. Yep, here we go.
Shall prevail. I shall prevail.
Tell me all about it.
Next level. Okay. Come on, buddies.
What do you like?
I don't think there's anything else down here. great powers in the 1700s and early 1800s were France and England.
I'm waiting.
And so it was definitely in the interests of France and England to
Yes.
control what was going on
Tell
in
me
the
all
United
about
States.
Hmm.
I want to say this is a web trap. Oops. Nope.
I'm whatever.
Monster summoning, apparently. Okay. Maybe this is the web trap. No?
Tell me all about it.
And they definitely attempted to do this. France wanted to use the United States against England, and England wanted to use the United States against France.
I'm
Ah! Damn.
of course.
It has always been extremely important for the United States to stay clear of all this politicking. And it was actually pretty easy to do this because the United States, or the Atlantic Ocean rather, stood as a barrier between the United States and the powers of England. And more or less gave the United States space
Yeah.
to
Tell me
develop on its own.
if that's what you
However, there are other countries in the Americas, and those other countries were, at least in the beginning, more or less controlled by the European states that had founded them. We're going to go drop off a little bit of this shit. Well, no. There are containers here we can use.
Is that all? I'm waiting.
I don't think we're going to be able to finish this.
Nothing to it.
As a consequence, the United States has spent a whole lot of time
Your blood is rather inviting.
Okay. The United States has spent a whole lot of time
Vita mortis careo.
meddling in the
Vita
affairs
mortis careo.
of the other countries in the Americas.
In cactus pulca. In cactus. In cactus. In cactus. In cactus.
Yes. Tell me all about nothing.
Alright.
Use of attention. Yes. Tell me all about it. Whatever you want.
This may seem hypocritical, and you'd be correct in that assessment that the United States meddles in the affairs of the other countries in the Americas for the same reason that England and France attempted to meddle in the affairs of the United States.
I'm waiting.
Oh, there's a secret
Just
door right
ask.
here. And it's in the best interests of the other countries in the Americas in the same way that it was in the best interests of the United States, which is to say it's not. Okay? So this may seem hypocritical, and you'd be right in saying that it's hypocritical. What is that? So I'm going to have to take this thing out. The thing is that hypocrisy doesn't really have a place in foreign affairs. Morality, to a large degree, doesn't really have a place in foreign affairs.
Tell me, what would you like? to it.
Makes me feel sick, but apparently not sick enough to have anything happen to me. I'm gonna leave my critters up here. And summon a new set.
My nothing to it. Yes. Whatever you want. Tell me all about it.
I think there's probably a door. Yeah.
My wounds could use some attention. Yeah, whatever you want. Tell me all about it. If you say so. I'm waiting. Yes. Tell me. Of course.
One of them got away. Now the economies of fresh, constantly flowing blood from an unknown source. Okay. I think there's traps in here, and I don't remember what kind.
Ali. Credo. Manus potentes pa.
I have to say that I really do not approve of the way that they have this Egyptian theme for the vampires. The whole, I may have mentioned this before, that the whole,
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
that the whole terror of vampires in
Yes, whatever you
Forgotten
desire.
Realms and other, you know, D&D things is that
Tell
they
me all
are
about it. Is that all?
exactly like,
Hmm.
you know, humans and elves and other kinds of, you know, ordinary people. Why the blood is collected in this drain remains a mystery in an area that's full of fucking vampires. Where is he?
You are nothing before the power of death.
I think you don't understand how tapestries are. Okay.
Nothing to it.
Come. The embrace awaits you.
Presi Ali. Incursus Pulcrum Imperium.
Alright.
Whatever you want.
We're gonna go ahead and finish exploring this area. The reason those things are not doing any damage to me is because they're being caught by my images and my stone skins. Those traps are actually...
Yes, just ask.
stoppable by stone skin.
Tell me all about it. I had hoped it would not come to this. But you are set in your path, aren't you?
That's nothing personal. Killing you is just business. What plan? That's not a plan. Gold is never in short supply for long. No fucking kidding. Not in this game. I really wish one of these options were, I don't give a shit what you say, just leave me alone. I'm sick of wordy opponents.
This shall not take long. I'm waiting. Yes. What would you like? for you.
Oops. Magic resistance. Do I have any magic resistance? Yeah.
Tell me all about it.
Let's get rid of that magic resistance.
Potentes ha. Manus potentes ha.
Yeah, I did like 100 points of damage to you. I've seen enough. I'm done with you for now. And there she goes. So I think that's actually it for this time. I'm going to clean up my skeleton warriors. And then I think I'll be done with this episode. And I'll go on and continue what I was talking about before next time. I didn't really get as far into it as I intended.
Yes. Tell me all about it, if you say so.
So next time we'll head back to Linville. We will drop off our shit here. And clean up our inventory some, and then we'll probably be heading out to Brynlaw. So join me then. Later.